All stations. Mumbai Control 12345 54321. How do you read?
Mumbai Control, Victor Tango Romeo Oscar Yankee. Read U5. How do you read?
Victor Tango Romeo Oscar Yankee Mumbai Control Radio 5.
Mumbai Control, Victor Tango, Sierra Mike Sierra, Radio 5, Strength 5. How do you read?
Victor Tango Sierra Mike Sierra Mumbai Control Radio 5.
Mumbai Control, Victor Tango, Sierra Victor Papa, read you 5, strength 5. How do you read?
Victor Tango Sierra Victor Papa Mumbai Control Radio 5. Okay, very good, students. I really liked the way you are sounding and the way you have given me the readback. Many a times, a quality is sensed. A quality is sensed off the call in the way you speak. When we talk about the way, it includes the tone, the clarity, and the usage of radio telephony. So, very happy to hear that and see that. Very warm welcome, everyone. I hope you can hear me, see me, and if there's any connectivity issue, please let me know. Today we are going
So,
to, yes,
Mumbai Control, Victor Tango, Sierra November, India, Radio 5. I am outside, so
yes, I saw your message. Thank you for the update. No problem at all. No problem at all. Focus as much as you can. Rest, please do not take any risk. Yeah, so I was saying that good job done collectively. Very happy. And we are going to practice a sample paper. And Ryan is going to give the sample exam for us just for practice. I want everybody else to make notes and write any questions and doubts. All right. Uh, we have a couple of questions to be discussed. I would appreciate if we can post them on our Zoom chat for discussion. And any new updates, if anybody has, you can keep them ready for discussion. Ryan, how are you feeling?
Sir, good, sir. A little bit confident in the ability. And yeah, just want to practice now.
Hmm. We had a couple of questions. Are you clear with them? Can you just discuss them with class students? We have a couple of questions. See if we can share some thoughts, including Harsh, Sumit, Sushain, everyone. Uh, can you just discuss them?
Oh
With
yes, so
everyone, Ryan, just put it
my
out there. Yeah.
my main first doubt was about time check, and I didn't exactly understand what it is actually going on in a time check. So I wanted a little bit clarity on that.
Yes. Who can share thoughts? It's something that we have done. Anybody would like to share thoughts? We know time is on the hour. The solution that Ryan has talks about negative time is as per UTC. Now there is a simple line given to us in our manuals talking about this. Time on the hour means that we are going to consider present hour, and the present time is as per the present hour and whatever minutes are there. So we are actually using the local time for that aerodrome. So check the time as per local time. Whatever you see on your clocks as per your local time. That's the understanding based upon the example that Ryan you had given me. Although the cockpit clock would be tuned or would be set to your UTC timings. So what time to follow is how we do the time check. Definitely time check has to be done as per UTC times only, but generally there is one way to do time check which is very simple by the hour or time is on the hour. It means nothing but present hour is going on, and there's this common expectation that everybody knows the present hour. So that's the whole deal. If right now is which hour is going on right now? 13th hour of the day. So time on the hour, it means time would be 1345 right now. That's how the time check is done. And if they are saying negative time as per UTC, then you need to know you are in Mumbai. UTC will be plus 0530. So um, Indian time would be plus 0530 UTC. So your actual UTC here could be 1350, correction 1345 minus 0530 hours. Any place on the eastern side will have a time ahead compared to the western side because the sun rises in the east. So that's how you have to make calculation, and your UTC time would be 1345 minus 0530. Remember to deduct as per 60 and not as per 100. If you have done navigation, if you have done time calculations, then you'll be able to determine the actual time as per UTC. But all this is not going to be asked, but this is how you can determine the timings. Because we are in India, we should be aware about our time difference as per UTC. UTC is the local mean time at Greenwich, London. So India is plus 0530. It means India is 5.5 hours ahead. So UK Greenwich UTC time would be 5.5 hours behind. So that's the whole concept. Royan, do you understand what we're talking about right now?
Affirm, sir, I got it.
Not a big difference. These are the terms that
Negative.
we use.
So also in that interaction, the receiver is saying confirm time in GMT, and then they reply negative, it is in UTC. So GMT and UTC are the same thing.
Yes. So they are just trying to make it a trick question. We don't repeat it, we don't say it as GMT, we say it as UTC only. Although they are
Okay,
same.
understood.
So local mean time, Indian mean time is generally referred to as Indian Standard Time, IST, but Greenwich Local Time is referred to as GMT. So that you will do when you are in the UK on that particular lat long, that you can say GMT, which would become your local LMT, which would be the time on the hour, like that, if we have to consider. And when we say UTC, then
Gotcha.
UTC will be universal, not just specific to GMT. So you cannot say GMT while you are in India. You can say UTC while you are in India. It will mean the same thing though.
Okay, Roger.
These are all logical questions, students. Be prepared for it. If we push a little bit of our thinking caps or thinking capacities, then chances are your mind will guide you with certain answers. So whenever you come across something that you think you don't know or you have not studied, Then give yourself some time to extract your knowledge base with logic, because you have done a lot of hard work already. Chances are you will get the correct suggestions in the mind. That's how I have trained y'all basically. On the exam day, that will be your only option, right? Only you will have only your knowledge base to give answers. So that becomes your best option. Okay, in class and all, you can definitely ask with instructors. Are we following, students?
Affirm, sir.
Any debates, any disputes, any differences, feel free to share. We are going to talk about one more thing, departure, ready for departure, takeoff. So the point of concern that you have to look after is to not confuse departure clearance for takeoff clearance. Vishnu had shared an ATC transcript with us where it was mentioned that a pilot would not directly ask for a takeoff. Pilot would say lined up, ready for departure. And they would not say request takeoff clearance. But ATC will, after confirming and after checking everything that you're ready for departure, they will say cleared for takeoff and only then you'll take off. If they say cleared for departure, you should not misunderstand it for cleared for takeoff. So the thing that we were focusing on was to not confuse departure clearance with takeoff clearance. But when you are going to ask for takeoff, you can say ready for departure. Okay. There's You might try saying ready for departure, request takeoff, but you won't lose points there. But do not confuse uh, a departure clearance for takeoff clearance. That's the major part. So if you have to go by a safe side, then you can say lined up, runway 27, ready for departure. They'll say Roger, Air India 123, cleared for takeoff, and some other information if they have to give you, Mumbai Tower. Then you'll say cleared for takeoff, Air India 123. Give a read back. Don't forget to give a read back. And then just go through your takeoff process. After you have done with all your um, initial climbs, and generally you will have a thing to follow during your takeoff phase, where once you have got your flaps up, after that you will start talking to the ATC about your ATC clearance compliance or standard instrument departure compliance. That's when you start making calls again. Until then, you don't generally talk to ATC unless you have certain emergencies. Remember, you have certain questions where we say that um, you have flaps stuck. So when do you realize you have flaps stuck? The moment when you have this departure process, takeoff process, where you are supposed to, retract the flaps, but they are not coming back in the wing and they are still deployed. And because of that, you'll not be able to climb uh, or get the climb performance that you'll need. At the same time, your aircraft still has a lot of fuel, so it will not be safe for landing. So you will request ATC to give instructions to land back at departure aerodrome. But because your aircraft is overweight for landing, you will need sector to exhaust fuel. You cannot dump the fuel because you're in the vicinity of a urban area and at a lower altitude. So you'll ask for sector flying, certain duration, low altitude, and once you have burnt enough fuel, once you feel that your landing weight is not overweight anymore, then you're going to come back and make an emergency landing or a precautionary landing. Mainly, you'll do an emergency landing to a place where you're not scheduled to land. So remember to apply logic in all cases. Don't just blindly take a call giving half information. Think about the situation, put yourself in the PIC shoes, PIC seat, PIC position, and then take calls where safety will be of utmost priority. Language you have already studied and language you have already mastered. So don't worry about that. Just think about safety, give wholesome calls. Ryan, we had one more question. Can you discuss that? Whom do I talk to make an emergency landing? Where do I go? I told you it depends upon where we are. Can you just discuss that once?
Affirm, sir. My another doubt was basically if we have any urgency situation en route, such as a passenger falling ill or like the windshield crack situation, do we land at the nearest aerodrome or do we deviate to our alternate?
Now here we have to check our position. If we are on finals, then we'll land at destination aerodrome. If we are in destination control, and if we are closer to destination, then we'll land at destination. If our altitude is way too high, and if we are going to risk a chance of decompression, then we have to ask for immediate descent to 10,000 feet, 10,000 feet that is, and first reduce the chances of decompression, and then plan emergency landing at the nearest aerodrome. If your destination is closer, you do that. Otherwise, whatever closer aerodrome you find, you check with ATC to see if you can land there. If they give you instructions to set course to that area, then you go and land to that area, not a problem. So whichever is the closest aerodrome, you will go there. And if you're closer to your destination, then it's always the best option to go to your destination. So always check where you are. If you're on finals and if you're getting that position, there's no second thought. You'll be making a precautionary landing straight ahead on the runway as scheduled. But it will not be an emergency landing, it'll be a precautionary landing. You can call it an emergency landing also, but it will be at the same position, same place where you're destined, you're planned to go. So just check where you are and connect the dots. When screen crack could result into a complete windscreen structural failure, which could, you know, create suction for the PIC to get out of the cockpit, and it is not a safe situation. So we have to raise emergency as well. Pan if there is slight issue, but any structural damage can go to Mayday also. So understand the situation as per your realistic scenario, how you feel about it. If the crack is big and there is decompression happening, then it will definitely be a mayday situation on a higher altitude. On a lower altitude, it could still be a pan and you can make a quick emergency or a precautionary landing and get everything checked. But we have to understand that the risk will be high, and wherever there is a risk, you can always raise a pan to get more attention from the ATC. An alerfa will be issued in the ATC network, AFTN network, so that you'll get priority handling. So you can give me a couple of options where you are, and we can determine where you can go and land, or you can choose that by yourself. Check with ATC. ATC will check with provisions, and yeah, they'll try and accommodate you as soon as possible. Does that help you understand your doubts, students? Be honest, let me know quickly.
Sir, understood.
कुछ भी confusion है, if there's any confusion, feel free to let me know. If you're not satisfied with the answer, please feel free to let me know. Any other doubts?
Sir, ATC clearance is also called as departure clearance, right?
Yes. We have to remember, if in our question paper or potential ATCs, if delivery is given as an added ATC, then we will make departure clearance request to delivery. Okay, Mumbai delivery, Delhi delivery. So there will be an added air traffic controller other than what we had already studied, ground tower approach control and DATIS or ATIS. So delivery is something that is very realistic and is there on major aerodromes. So they help you with clearance deliveries. They're sole tasks. So the earlier tasks of tower and ground are further subdivided with delivery. So clearances can be given by delivery, but compliance generally could happen with tower. Remember that. So don't get confused there, okay? Check with both ATCs, and generally I think tower will be taking your compliance. Students, are we following? Harsh,
Affirm,
any
sir.
doubts, any thoughts? Sumit, any doubts, any thoughts?
Negative. Victor Tango Victor Alpha Mike.
Ryan, are you aware about reading Metar?
Form, sir, I can mostly read a meta, but one or two of the codes I might have forgotten of the specific weather,
Do
but
you
mostly I can make out.
do you have a sample? Can you share codes today which you are confused with? I'll clarify. In your RTR exam practical screen, information will be segregated, and on one side you might have a meta, and based upon the meta, you might have to, uh, you know, follow certain protocols with respect to maybe special VFR or maybe IFR related something, maybe significant weather related something. Nothing much. Generally, something that in old exam question paper we could have expected in other information here will directly be given in METAR. You can compare it with your ATIS or DATIS information. So you'll have essential information, but a little different from DATIS information. So we have covered METAR in detail in our MET lectures and maybe a couple of RT lectures. So please, if and someone needs help, let me know. I'll give you access to those lectures. You can study them anytime. गुड रॉयन यू हैव डन इट बिकॉज कल आपके एग्जाम है सो गुड एक बार रिवाइज कर लेना important codes not to worry about it because you already know abbreviations बाकी जिन्होंने नहीं किया है वो कर लेंगे टाइम है आपके पास इसका फ़ायदा उठाना any more doubts can we discuss anything bothering you uh, I think Sridhar you had a doubt do you not want to discuss
I just cleared that ATC clearance and departure clearance.
something about windshield crack will it be a pan or a mayday somebody had discussed in the morning on chat.
Yeah, yes, sir, it was me, but accordingly, you said me that depending upon the situation, whether it is a decompression or something like that, then we should go to Mayday. A small crack will turn into pan.
Yeah. So in this situation, for one of the questions asked in the exam, f- if we are on finals, probably it will be a pan call. You will not abort your landing. Definitely, you will go ahead with your landing. Uh, so it will be a pan call. Make a precautionary landing, and request for emergency medical services and firefighting services on standby for your runway. And also mention the type of aircraft where you are flying from and persons on board. Do mention that, students. If examiner is hinting you at Mayday situation, then it won't hurt for you to try and say Mayday, and you can explain why Mayday. You can say crack is increasing into or leading up to become or leading up to cause a severe structural damage on the windscreen. Aircraft on finals runway 27 um, will be making a precautionary landing at runway 27. And I think within less than couple of minutes you will be on ground, but we cannot risk it. So you make a precautionary landing then. See, chances are 90% of the times will be right. Maybe 5-10% of the times you might have, not given the best solution. But this is how you come up to a solution. So you have to be confident in what you do and you justify that. Justify your understanding in the situation. Don't go too fast and remember to frame the call in your mind and then give answer. You can frame the call couple of times and then give answer. Okay. And remember, I have shared certain rules for the practical exams as issued in the notices with each and every one of y'all. Remember to go through it once before your exam day so you understand what is actually required from you and keep that as a dominant quality assurance aspect in your calls. Understand the exam is student oriented. Give your best, stick to RT phraseology as much as you can. Protocols here and there are not a big problem. Language here and there can be a big problem. So first focus on language and do it confidently and make use of your time. Do not make mistakes. Any more questions? Okay,
Negative.
we'll get started. Charts will be simple, similar to the older charts. You might get certain modifications, but the good thing is you'll only be shown departure and destination. Like there'll be a zoomed in version of whatever chart, and you'll be able to focus on your route because it will be directly given to you. Remember, if there is any in-air call happening, you have to report radial, DME, route, flight level, estimates to make your call sound much better. Do not forget that. Position report elements will make you get more points, right? And call structures we remember, acknowledgement we remember. In these exams, one question at a time will come to you. So just focus on that question, focus on the next question, check the ATC properly, make your best call. If you're confused between two ATCs, you can always raise the station of the first ATC, see if there's any reply. If not, you can try and call the next ATC, and if they reply, then you've got the right ATC. Right now, we have not heard anything about ATC confusions, so it is much more clearer. So just enjoy the process, and we'll get started with the test now. Ryan, are you up for it? Do you need anything else before we get started?
Negative, sir. Good.
Okay.
Good to go.
Yes. So just stay put in your positions. Maybe we'll start in 5 minutes or 10 minutes. So until then, imagine you are in the exam hall or the waiting room and waiting for your chance to be called. All right?
No, just
Chalo, all the best. Understand this is not an exam, just a practice session. Make as many mistakes as you want. You will have a couple of hours to work on it and you will be great to go. Okay?
inform.
Okay, so I'm going to give you a quick flight plan and then I'll share a couple of things on the screen and we'll get started. Questions. I hope Ryan, you can hear me. Questions.
Affirm, sir.
Yeah. Questions. I might give you on screen or I might just give you the situation verbally for now. You just focus on that and give me the answer.
Roger.
Yeah. So make a note of this flight plan, everyone. So we are flying from Mumbai to Udaipur. Okay, we'll be flying via Whiskey 13 North. Whiskey 13 North and Whiskey 13 North. So if you carefully see, we'll be first going from Mumbai to Apano, from Apano to Ahmedabad, and then from Ahmedabad to Udaipur. Remember, your designators will be in your location indicator format. Flight level, please write down 330.
I am unable to see the screen, sir.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Just follow the voice. Uh, make a note, students. Ryan, can you give me a read back?
Sir, read back of the flight plan.
So far, all the information that you've got.
Okay, so we are flying from Mumbai to Udaipur via Whiskey 13 North. So the route will be Mumbai to Apano, Apano to Ahmedabad, and Ahmedabad to Udaipur. And our flight level is flight level 330.
What else? What other information you have gotten?
So far, this only.
What are the two routes involved? Whiskey 13 North and Whiskey 13 North. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. Give yourself a call sign. I fly. That is 6E179er A321. All standard equipment on board. It's a scheduled flight. Wake turbulence heavy. Alternate ride down. Don't write Pratapgarh. Alternate ride down Ahmedabad. Estimate the time of departure. Ride down 1435. Everything is normal. Weather is normal. No other information as such. You can write down your aircraft call sign. Victor Tango Bravo Charlie Delta. Call sign as in registration marking, not call sign, registration marking.
Roger.
Remember, you don't have to write your calls. You can just write down certain readbacks. Okay. They will be giving you some sort of aerodrome layout chart also, which will have your taxiways for you to refer to check if you have any taxi instruction or taxi clearance. So don't get alarmed, just be careful. I've tried to use a chart which will be similar to that chart on screen. So try to use that for reference. You might get a slightly different chart from that, what I'm sharing with you.
Roger, sir.
Metar, I'm not sharing on screen right now. Flight plan I've already given you verbally. And ATCs you check as per the chart. And if you have any extra clearance call, then you can just assume there's delivery as well.
Roger.
Okay, we'll simulate a blind experience. So I'm turning the video off. Let's just focus on voices. And just try to simulate a PTT whenever you're speaking. So if you're using a computer right now, then you can go on unmute and you can just press the space bar for as long as you're speaking. Can that be done from your end?
Yes, sir, I do that only normally.
That is
I
excellent.
practice.
Okay. I'm going to repeat the questions. Make a note of it, students. Questions you'll be seeing on the screen, ideally in the exam. Right now, I'm just going to give you verbal one because, yeah, just let's do it this way because otherwise there'll be a lot of delay and I don't want to delay. So, yeah. Uh, okay. All right. Okay. Question number one. Please make a note of it roughly. Request startup clearance. Imagine this to be shown to you in one part of the screen. You can get started. Remember, one question at a time you have to answer.
Bombay ground. I fly 179er on stand Kilo 1 IFR to Udaipur via Whiskey 13 North, flight level 330, Airbus 321 Heavy, persons on board 200, correction 200, security checks clear, information Bravo, request startup.
I fly 179er, Mumbai ground, startup not approved. Your FIC has expired.
Startup not approved. FIC expired. Will file again and call back shortly. I fly 179er.
Roger, Mumbai ground.
Mumbai ground. I fly 179er. New flight plan filed. FIC number Yankee 123. Security check cleared. Information Bravo. Stand Kilo 1. Request startup.
Okay, we can go to the next question. Write down the next question. Request taxi clearance.
Mumbai ground. I fly 179er. Startup complete. Stand Kilo 1. Request taxi instruction to runway 27.
I fly 179er. Taxi via Yankee 1, Mike 4, November 3, Hold short, runway 27 on November 3.
Cleared to taxi via Yankee 1, Mike 4, November 3. Hold short, runway 27 at November 3. I fly 179er.
Next question is to comply with the taxi clearance. It's a sub question for question number 2.
Mumbai ground. I fly 179er. Taxiing via Yankee 1 for runway 27.
Be careful with your compliance. After Yankee 1, you have Mike 4 and November 3. So you cannot just mention directly in runway 27. Try
Sorry, sir,
to.
can I repeat this call?
Yes.
Okay. Mumbai ground. I fly 179er. Taxiing via Yankee 1. Thereafter, will taxi on Mike 4 and hold short November 3 for runway 27.
Okay, next question. Compliance needs work. Compliance, you have to segregate one step at a time. Ideally, it could go like Mumbai ground, I fly 179er on taxiway Yankee 1 for Mike 4. And remember, we have studied to mention the terms taxiways. So Mumbai ground, I fly 179er on taxiway Yankee 1 for taxiway November 4. They'll say Roger, then you'll say Mumbai ground, I fly 179er on taxiway Mike 4 for November, correction, for taxiway November 3. They'll say Roger, then you'll say Mumbai ground, I fly 179er holding short runway 27 on November 3, like this. It's very simple, students. Make sure you
Roger.
remember this. Next question, question number 3, please write down. Lined up, runway 27, request departure. Remember the instructions I had given you. Here, lined up will mean that you are on runway 27 and you have entered the runway 27 and now you just need your clearance. Request for departure. Try to remember what I taught. Remember, I said Sridhar had said shared something, Vishnu had said something. So this is that question.
Roger, sir. Mumbai Tower. I fly 179er. Lined up, runway 27. Ready for departure.
I fly 179er, Mumbai Tower, Cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff. Runway 27. I fly 179er.
Next question on screen. Imagine on takeoff roll, you notice a jeep on runway 27. On takeoff roll, you see a jeep on runway.
Bombay Tower.
What is this with Bombay Tower again and again?
Yes,
Be
sorry, sir.
careful. No, it's
Yes.
okay. We are practicing, but be careful. Once ATC didn't mention it, giving you benefit of doubt. It's not Bombay anymore, students. It's Mumbai.
Yes, sir. Mumbai Tower. I fly 179er. Aborting takeoff.
Ryan, remember what we had discussed yesterday?
Yes, sir.
We specifically discussed the situation. Where we are. Students, it's very important to emphasize where we are clearly. It's there in the question. And then mention what are you doing. Come on, try again.
Right. Mumbai Tower. I fly 179er. Takeoff roll. Runway 27. Aborting takeoff. Spotted a jeep crossing at the end of runway 27, vacating via November 8. Request taxi back to runway 27. Estimated time of departure 1435.
See, it would be better if you ask for further instructions after aborting the aircraft, unless you have to accommodate a landing aircraft behind you. Unless you have to accommodate a landing aircraft behind you, you try not to vacate the runway. You can say stopping the aborting takeoff, stopping the aircraft slowly, avoiding collision with the jeep, aircraft clear of the vehicle on ground, holding position on runway 27, request further instructions. And also remember, if your takeoff roll has just begun, then it's fine. But if you have picked up lot of speed before V1, and then if you notice that you have some issue, then you might have a, what do we say, a
Break
brake
sort.
sort indication and a pan call. So
Understood.
be a little more cautious. You have one estimate that you're always giving me saying that the aircraft is on the end of the runway 27. You don't have to mention that. You just say straight ahead. See another vehicle on runway straight ahead, on runway 27 straight ahead, appears to be crossing the runway. Aborting takeoff, stopping the aircraft slowly, aircraft clear of the vehicle, request further instructions. Keeping it safe. So request further
Roger, sir.
instructions is something we can practice unless what we are doing here, vacating by ourselves, uh, that you can do when you have to accommodate a landing aircraft behind you. And then you have to mention that I will hold position on the uh, taxiway November 8 for further instructions. After that, you cannot go anywhere on your own. That would risk another incursion with any other vehicle or the aircraft because you don't know what's clear for you and what's not clear for you. All that you have is a chart. You don't have a ground radar to check for traffic. So let's be careful about it. Okay.
Yeah, firm, sir.
Okay, next question. On screen, imagine you are 50 nautical miles, 50 DME outbound Alpha Alpha Echo, 50 DME outbound VOR Alpha Alpha Echo, request descent. Imagine all these questions being given to you on the screen one by one, students. So this is question number 5. Remember, you don't have to write calls in the exam. Practice you can write. Important information you can write down in the exam. You'll get the provision to do so. ATC will not talk to you like this because they'll be simulating a realistic environment. So they'll not be helping you with any information other than basic ethics that could be followed between an ATC and a pilot in realistic situation scenario. That could happen. But as a student and a teacher, help will not be given to you like I'm giving. But yeah, just making it more comfortable and fixing it right away. Couple of more feedbacks we'll be giving after this session.
Roger, sir. Delhi control. I fly
Check your control. How are you in
179.
Delhi control?
Yes.
Where are you? Which ACC close is close to you?
Ahmedabad.
Yes, be careful. Don't get carried away. Be careful.
Ahmedabad control. I fly 179er 50 DME outbound Ahmedabad VOR radial 037 1500 Whiskey 13 North flight level 330 top of descent 1505 request descent.
I fly 179er. Ahmedabad control. Unable to determine position or request. Say again all.
Roger. I fly 179er 50 DME outbound Ahmedabad VOR radial 037 1500 Whiskey 13 North, flight level 330, estimated time of arrival Udaipur 1520, top of descent 1505, request descent.
I fly 179er, Ahmedabad control, clear to descend to flight level 150 at 150 DME or less, report reaching.
Cleared to descend to flight level 150 at 150 DME or less, Wilco, I fly 179er.
Roger, Ahmedabad control.
Ahmedabad control, I fly 179er, flight level 150, 70 DME, outbound Ahmedabad, radial 037, Whiskey 13 North, request further descent.
Now this call is not correct. Why is it not correct? You were asked to have a DME reference with VOR Ahmedabad 150 or less. How can you expect yourself to descend so much just within 20 DME? How can you take such a big steep dive? Secondly, you cannot just say you have reached that flight level. This example I wanted to give you because you have to say leaving flight level 330 for flight level 150. That also when you hit the TOD, that is top of descent time that you had mentioned, which was 1505. So your next call would be first to report that you have hit that time and now you're going to leave the present flight level for the desired flight level. And then one more call in between, you will say that you're passing certain flight level for the desired flight level. And then you will keep reporting your DME, which will keep increasing from Ahmedabad. So you could say the first call would be Ahmedabad control. So students, let's focus on the calls. Good job, Brian. Last question is done. Um, so the first call, this call, the send call, we will reply like this. Compliance would be like this. Ahmedabad control, I fly 179er, 70 DME, outbound VOR Alpha Alpha Echo, flight level 330, leaving flight level 330 for flight level 150, radial 037, Airbus 321, ETA Udaipur, so and so time. Initially, the call was incomplete and ATC gave you a hint to say again. It was incomplete because you didn't give estimates. So later on, it clicked to you and you did say Udaipur, which was very nice because you just see one estimate there, which is your destination. So that was good thinking. But remember to be alert about such calls because we have studied it. And these will be a part and parcel of your calls. They will check everything. They'll check ground movement clearances, compliance clearances, level change clearances. Deviation is what we have practiced a lot, so that we remember, but level change has to be specific. So I would assume that, okay, I'm at 50 DME in the situation. Now, within 5 minutes, because I gave my TOD as the next 5 minutes, I would have crossed what DME? 5 DME. So I would have said that. Ahmedabad control, I-Fly 179er, 55 DME outbound, VOR Alpha Alpha Echo, flight level 330, radial 037, leaving flight level 330 for flight level 150. ETA Udaipur, so and so. Now that sounds good. Very simple textbook call, very realistic as well as very much by the book, and they'll be very happy to hear it. Even if you miss a couple of more information here, it's fine. And then the next call, they'll say Roger. If they don't say end or go to next question or something like that, then you'll just say Ahmedabad control, I-Fly 179er, 70 DME outbound, um, VOR Alpha Alpha Echo, passing flight level 200 for flight level 150, ETA Udaipur, so and so. They'll say Roger, and then you'll again say Ahmedabad control, I-Fly 179er, flight level 150, 100 DME outbound Ahmedabad, ETA Udaipur so and so, request for the descent. Right now, you might have to change to the next ATC if available. If not, then Ahmedabad will pass on to you to maybe some other ATC. We don't see anyone else. Ahmedabad approach might not be able to help you. Udaipur, if it doesn't have approach, then control is going to pass on to Udaipur Tower, and then Udaipur Tower will give you further access. If we clearly see on this chart, Udaipur CTR has flight level 150 given to us. So by the time we are within 30 DME Udaipur or 25 or 30 approximately, we'll be speaking with Udaipur Tower and they will be able to help us up to flight level 150. So here you will be getting a change. So they'll ask you to maintain, fly further, change over to Udaipur Tower. You will connect with Udaipur Tower and continue talking to them and continue requesting for further descent. This is what we can make sense out of the situation given to us on the chart. So be careful about it. Don't say Bombay, just presence of mind, nothing else. Um, be clear. Good call overall. Startup call was good. You did use correction when you made a mistake. Good assumption of your stand kilo 1 as per the chart. Ideally, it could be mentioned to you on somewhere on the screen. If not, then you have used it, which I liked. Just look at your reply. Students, just um, look at your reply. ATC had told us startup not approved, your FIC has expired. Remember the rule that we had studied in session 2 about readback. Any information or instruction given to you, we have to repeat as received. Right? So we'll say startup not approved, FIC has expired, which was correct. Then what you can say is will obtain fresh FIC and call again. I-Fly 179er. Don't say will file again. File what? We are going to file flight plan. Here we are not talking about flight plan. We're talking about FIC. So by default, it is understood that you will get a FIC after filing a flight plan, but you cannot just talk about it. You will just say will obtain fresh FIC and call again. Don't say call back shortly. Say will call again.
Roger.
Make a note of it, everyone. So firstly, proper readback which was given, startup not approved, FIC has expired, will obtain fresh FIC and call again, I-Fly 179er. That's it, not a big problem there. But the same thing will be applicable to the next call. Very good that you were proactively, uh, very good that you were proactively, what do we say, focused on continuing the call. Mumbai ground, I-Fly 179er. Don't say new flight plan filed. You will say obtain fresh FIC, or you will say fresh FIC Yankee 123 request startup. Everything else was correct. Estimated time of departure could have been mentioned, which I think somewhere you did earlier in other calls. So Mumbai ground, I fly 179er, fresh FIC Yankee 123, request startup, security check approved, correction, security check completed, request startup. Stand you could have mentioned, which you have done. Otherwise, it was complete. Just that one statement we have to correct.
Roger, sir.
Request taxi clearance was good. Remember to mention taxiway Yankee 1, taxiway Mike 4, taxiway November 3 upfrontly, even if ATC is not saying it. Compliance is what I told you to be careful about. Go step by step. Once again, I'll give you an example. If my taxi clearance given to me was taxi via Yankee 1, Mike 4, November 3, hold short runway 27 on November 3, we can see it's a very simple, short, quick taxiway chosen. Kilo 1 was our base, parking bay. So, clear to taxi. Readback was perfect. Compliance is where you have to just focus students. Compliance will come either ATC clearance or taxi clearance or level change or route change or deviation. The strategy is same in compliance. How? So I'll say Mumbai ground, I fly 179er on taxiway Yankee 1 for taxiway Mike 4. That's it. So make it a habit instead of struggling with taxing on this or taxing via this, you could say on taxi with this for that.
Roger, sir.
Then you'll say Mumbai ground, I fly 179er on taxiway Mike 4 for November,
3. Yeah.
correction, for taxiway November 3. Then you can also say next call, if you want to expedite, you can continue saying after after this, you can continue the next call saying Mumbai ground, I fly 179er on taxiway Mike 4 approaching taxiway November 3, holding point runway 27, request. Here you cannot ask for request enter runway 27 because that will be given to you by tower. So approaching holding point runway 27, taxiway November 3. Just say that much. They'll say Roger. If they don't ask you to contact tower, you can just complete that you have reported reaching here, like Mumbai ground, I fly 179er, holding short runway 27 on taxiway November 3, changing over to Mumbai tower. Changing to Mumbai tower. Don't say over. Changing to Mumbai tower. If you have the frequency on screen, then mention that frequency.
So
If
we
they
are
ask
allowed to change over on our own once we are holding.
you have to mention, you're not changing, you are mentioning. If they don't say any denial or anything, then you're doing the right thing. Ideally, here you have to, because the next point of action is to enter runway 27, you have to do it by yourself. But firstly, only after reporting the compliance given to you by ground, which was report reaching runway 27 holding point. So we
Roger.
have to first assure, and then we just can't wait. We have to change to tower and talk to tower. So we will tell tower that we are on holding point runway 27, request enter runway 27, like this. And once they clear, you will enter, you'll say entering runway 27. And once you are aligned with the center line, you'll say lined up runway 27, request departure. So you will be allowed to change it in a proper segment, but mention it and then change it. Ideally, one pilot will always be there with one frequency, or other would be ready to speak. So they can just quickly do their PTT directly. So one pilot would be monitoring tower frequency, one would be complying with ground, and quickly that pilot could take over, or this pilot could take over, the same pilot. But that tower frequency would constantly be active, even when we are taxing, at least by one pilot. So remember the sequence of calls. You will follow the protocol. Compliance, Ryan, do you have any doubt?
Negative, sir.
You understood how to do it?
Affirm, yes.
Hmm. Last but not the least, again, takeoff role could have been better just because I'd given you a brief on call just yesterday. So the call would be Mumbai Tower, I fly 179er on takeoff roll runway 27. see a jeep ahead or see a vehicle ahead, aborting takeoff, stopping aircraft slowly, aircraft clear of the vehicle, request further instructions, aircraft holding position on runway 27. Airbus 321, heavy, passenger on board 200. This would ideally be the best situation based call as per this normal situation. You were also somewhere correct, but ATC gave you some hints. Examine, like I gave you some hints. Remember vacating via taxiway November 8, mention taxiway. If you are doing that, do mention will hold position on taxiway November 8. And that only you will do if you are required to accommodate a landing aircraft or something behind you. Are we following?
Yeah, firm, sir.
And level change properly. Leaving this for that, leaving this for that, and in between passing. These are very critical. They will get you a lot of points.
Understood, sir.
Any doubts, any struggles, any requests? Please let me know right now. Overall, I think you have done a good job. Rate of speech was comfortable. Were you writing the call or were you just speaking it?
No, sir, I was writing as well, just my transmissions.
Full or just rough work?
Mostly I have written. Some I've done the symbols like descent and climb.
So in the exam, you don't have to write. It'll become much more
Yes,
easier. You can go
yeah, from I,
slightly. Mhm.
hmm. I was just I'm writing down to see if I can just point out any errors or anything. So then I can
Mhm.
mark it what it should have been there. That's fine.
See, there's no compulsion to write, but you can write, but examiner might pinpoint that you don't have to write. So in order to satisfy them also, you can just make rough work or make just write, air write or do something because you are practiced to do it. Otherwise, um, just frame your calls first couple times in your mind and then take the call. Like plan the call and then take the call to fix for any errors. How do we
Yeah,
feel
from
about Ryan's performance as colleagues and classmates? Sridhar,
So I have a doubt. So
Vishnu, just hold on
yeah,
to the doubt,
sure.
please. Sridhar, can you reply?
From sir, he did a great job. I mean, yeah, there were little errors, but yeah, he can fix it.
Yeah, he did a great job. Yeah, it was good. Very good.
Yeah.
Not bad at all. Very nice. Harsh, in your experience, how do you feel?
Overall, I feel it was good. Just a question for the clear compliance and the jeep on the runway. That too, we something messed up. Otherwise, overall, it was good.
Overall, it was good. Very good. Yes, I can agree. Sumit, how about you?
It was good, sir. The rate of speech and everything was fine, and a little bit of mistake that is okay, I think. Otherwise, all over it was a good session.
Hmm. Sushen?
It was really great. Uh, I just suggest him that just read the question carefully and then perform it accordingly. That's it. And just see the information bravo after Volt call. That's it. The suggestion.
It was great. Yes, I just want to know the good things. Everybody, yeah, ye wo, but theek hai. Yeah, Vishnu, whatever you have heard and whatever doubts, please go ahead.
Yes, first of all, I think it was a good call. I joined only midway. There were like few mistakes. Then he corrected that also. So overall, good. I feel. The doubt I had is like that runway call, like when there is a vehicle on the runway or like some obstructions on the runway and we are on takeoff roll, we are canceling that. If there is an aircraft landing behind us, like can we direct that aircraft to go around?
We will not be able to do it. We can request ATC to do it, but we will not be risking that to, uh, we would not occupy the runway. We have to exit it. We have to ask for an immediate exit instruction so that we can accommodate the aircraft. Or if we see a clear path to exit, then we'll just do that and hold position there. Still, we'll be increasing the risk factor, but it would be safer. In case you're not able to exit the runway, then you will tell ATC that unable to exit the runway, have to accommodate landing aircraft behind us. Kindly advise. If possible, suggest landing traffic behind us to go around is something you can say, but only as a request. In rare case scenario, chances are they might not be in a position to abort correction to initiate a go around or a missed approach procedure because they might have an emergency. And if that's the case, then the best decision would be for you to get out of the runway. So when you're told to accommodate landing aircraft behind you, it means they might not be given a they have to land on priority. That's the whole understanding. But you can communicate if you want in the way that I've said.
Okay, sir.
Are you following? Students,
Affirm,
are
sir.
we following? If you are
Affirm,
not
sir.
satisfied with any resolution, keep researching, share your researches, discuss with me. Vishnu, we did discuss at the beginning of the class the point that we were discussing. So if you get time, you go through the initial part of the session and do it. You can increase the playback speed. You know it's available on YT. And yeah, good job overall. Things might look difficult if you see a question that you have not practiced before, but if you go with the understanding that you have to just take a call, use language, be aware of the situation, and be aware of these little things that matter the most about compliance, about situational awareness, about reading the question, then and at max using the radio telephony language, using phrases like disregard or correction or I say again or negative I say again, these would get you there. Do not worry about mistakes. Mistakes can happen in exams, but try to reduce them and try to cover them up in case you have made a wrong call initially, maybe if called a wrong ATC. In this case, I was helping you, but there you might not get any help. So always cross check. It will be easy. And if you're confused, then use the strategy of calling maybe this or that just by raising the station. Here you were confused calling to Delhi control. Maybe you got an auto suggestion which you didn't check. So always keep your suggestions in check. And yeah, don't be worried. Just make sure that before exam you go through the phraseology list again, read all phrases again, and read the PDF or practical exam instructions that I have shared with you all initially, so that you know the criteria of performing on the exam as a dominant point of quality assurance of your calls over and above what we have studied. Okay, students. And one more thing, if you get overwhelmed looking at the setup, looking at the screen and simulation, take few deep breaths, centralize yourself, observe one thing at a time, let your mind suggest and bring back everything that you have studied. It really works. You have enough time to do it, and don't do anything in rush to avoid mistakes. We just be careful. And few deep breaths really help us centralize and refocus everything. We all understand we have anxiety, nervousness, physical fatigue on the exam day, and it just can keep rising and rising, even to the best of pilots on the day of their sim checks or real aircraft checks. So just don't let all that di- um displace you from a place where you would give your best performance. So the best way is to be okay. The only time that you'll get to settle down would be either in the exam waiting hall or the exam room itself. So that will be your zone then. Exclude the noise nicely, just let everything come back to you. Enjoy, greet your examiners, greet the pilots or examiners, and just be happy to be there. Enjoy the session. Don't worry about the results as much as being focused on good quality for each call, keeping safety in mind, and being logically aware about the situation. That should be your end goal for each question. And if you do that, you will see that you'll come out flying with flying colors. Okay, students, these things really matter. They are not just any sort of pravachan, so they will help you. And if you need anything else, just drop me a message. Any last question, students? Or else we'll wrap up the session here. Ryan, overall, good job. Well done. Very happy and very proud. Any more questions?
Thank you,
Drop me a
sir.
message, students. Sridhar, you are next in line for your similar experience. I'll give you written questions on screen. So make sure you're well versed with your revision of whatever you have studied in your RT course. Okay. And students, keep sharing all information that you're getting from your friends and other ones, whatever, so that they can help everyone. I really appreciate it. Anything? Sridhar, are you saying something?
Sir, when will be the next live class?
I think 16th.
All right, sir.
Okay. Not
Okay.
before that. But if yes, then I will advise. Just be ready. And if you all need some extra sessions on demand, just text me. We'll do it. And students, please cover up your RT lectures when you have free time and get done with them. They will really help you a lot. Don't shy away from taking sessions. Okay, students? All right. Take care. Very happy. Keep it up. And I'm very happy to see just within couple of live lectures, this set of students has picked up the seriousness on your calls and you all are going to clear. Keep it up. Keep up the good work, students. All the best.